And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I do apologize for that extended break, but we have returned with the upper semifinals of the WardiTV Monday, number 26. Unfortunately, we missed out on game one. Game one did start without us, but at least we are here for game number 2. And here we go. We're jumping in mid-series, and this morning in the top right-hand corner of Ley Lines, we have our red Terran player. We have our South Korean Terran representing representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent getting proxy 2-raxed. We have our South Korean Terran player, the blue Terran for Team Liquid. It is ByuN. And if you're in the chat, predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. Game 1 was on Persephone. Game 1 was a very intense back and forth. ByuN was able to outposition and catch a Cure off guard multiple times with his positional bio play, with his drop play, but now we are getting into game number 2, and we have our Raxes. Cure going for a proxy Rax across the map. You don't get these scenarios too often. You don't get build order losses too often. This is a case of that. Basically, what's going to happen here, this second Rax for Cure is later. It is a later second Rax, so ByuN is gonna have 2 Rax Reaper production sooner, and Cure has 1. He has 1 Rax, he has 1 Reaper. He's gonna have to pull the boys. He's gonna have to pull the boys, but the problem is that his second Rax is across the map. This does delay his factory, so that means that there's no factory to support. That means there's no Hellion to support, and that means that his reinforcing Reaper is gonna be coming in from a really awkward angle. I believe this should just be a bulldozer win. I believe ByuN should just be able to claim this. I mean, again, unless ByuN messes up his control, unless he slips up and we see maybe ByuN gets surrounded by SCVs, then things might go in favor of Cure. But outside of that kind of scenario, ByuN, he should be able to snowball out of control. As right now, he's waiting for that second Reaper. Oh! Reaper moves down. ByuN does catch him, does shoot first. So far, the second Reaper is soon to move in. Likewise, that proxy Reaper from Cure. But yeah, boys are being pulled. And we'll see if a Cure can buy enough time here. As the Reapers, they do get past. Yeah, they get past. They're going for the Reaper. No, he's going for it. He's going to get it as well. He will get the Reaper. And as long as he gets surrounded, he should overwhelm. Meanwhile, Cure, he is going to be racing back home, but his reinforcements are delayed. And he's getting caught out as well. And that's it. That's both Reapers falling. He's down 2 Reapers. He has 1 Reaper left against a Marine and three Reapers. Oh, gets surrounded. Oh, we'll lose 1. 1 Reaper does fall at least. But again, the production, it's just the reinforcements are just so awkward here. Reinforcements are so awkward. Getting more SCV kills. Marine goes down. Nice pick up there to Cure. Gets a Marine. Does get a Marine. More Reapers building up. Hellion's on the way now. If a Cure can buy enough time for the Hellion, then he can stabilize. Likewise, that 1 Reaper gets across the map. ByuN is racing home. Okay, he's racing back home. The game will continue, and Cure, he will stabilize with a Hellion. Now, he did lose a lot of mine time. True. I mean, you can still see even here, so many SCVs off the mineral line. I do give the edge to ByuN, but we'll see if Cure can get out of this, as he will lose another Reaper. Now, again, with this defensive Hellion, Cure shouldn't die. He shouldn't die. He should be able to hold on to the main at least. But from here, yeah, ByuN can expand. ByuN can expand, and Cure cannot. Cure, he's stuck in his main base, so he is behind. Now, from here, he can try to turn this into a 1-base all-in, and he might be able to catch ByuN off guard, especially if ByuN is too greedy. That's going to be the big scenario here. Meanwhile, another Reaper slips in, gets 2 more SCVs. Not bad. Gets 2 more workers. Almost another. Alas, the Reaper is going to be hunted down by the Hellion. And back at home, what do we have to work with? We're going for a 1-1-1. Okay, it's all or nothing for Cure. He does push. He's got a Cyclone. Throwing down his CC on the low ground. It's a much later command center. CC's almost done here for ByuN. But ByuN, he turns around. He's going to stay back home. This is a pretty beefy army. Cure, he has potential with this. True. Does have potential. Or okay, I wouldn't say that yet. I would still say that ByuN is ahead. Like, ByuN is still looking quite comfortable at this point. As ByuN is the first to expand, first to saturate his base. Army gets spotted back at home, and ByuN's going for a drop. So we'll see if Cure can recover here. Cure rushing into Stim. Okay, earlier Stim for Cure. Takes down the racks. ByuN instead prioritizing tank production, not Stim. So with this early Stim timing, Cure, he's going for an earlier push, which makes sense. Like, considering that Cure is behind, so he's going to go for an earlier push, an earlier move out, earlier timing. And then he can potentially catch ByuN off guard. Ooh, as the Bio Army's it's on its own. There go Cyclones, they respond. They hunt down the Hellion. Third CC on the way for ByuN. This is greedy. Okay, so ByuN, he's rushing into a third CC. Cure, we have potential here. He's going for a 2-1-1. He's going for a double medevac Stim drop. There is a window in time here that Cure can abuse. Likewise, if he can hunt down that medevac, he's going for a 3cc. Never mind, he's going for a 3cc. He is not going to commit here into like another 2 Raxes. He's not going to commit into a 2 base all in. He is expanding. We're building up into the mid game. We're getting into the mid game from here. Now, my biggest concern with this is that this means that this early Stim doesn't really mean anything. This means that Cure, he'll be falling behind when it comes to his tank count, and when it comes to, oh god, no. Before I get to that, that's going to be 5 SCV kills, getting 5, getting up to 6. This is a great trade for ByuN. Bearing in mind, Reapers, they do not scale into the mid game. He gets 10 SCV, oh my god, 10 SCV kills. He gets 10 SCVs, and Cure is going for his double drop. This is the Stim timing that we spoke about. He was not at home to defend. 11 workers go down. He has to get damage with this. ByuN, meanwhile, he's somewhat in position. Yeah, spots the drop. Remember, Stim is done. Boys are being pulled. SCVs are going to go down. Question is how many? Quite a lot, actually. 8, 9, 10, 11 SCV kills. Nicely done. Now, this should be a one-way trip. That's the difference here. And this Bio Army is a little bit more valuable here to Cure, as he will lose everything, but at the cost of 15, 16 SCVs. So Cure, he does kill more SCVs. Now, what's important here is that he needed to kill more SCVs because ByuN, he's only down by 3. Only down by 3 workers. His own orbital is already complete as well. So Cure, he had to do more, and he was able to do so. Was able to do so in the end. Likewise, we can see Cure just rallying. Let's go. Just rallying across the map. I'm gonna get the pressures on Cure. Army gets spotted. ByuN, he pulls away. And ByuN, where's that bio support? He needs those Marines. Tanks, they spread out. We have a couple of Ravens here with their disables, with auto turrets. Cure looking for a way in. Now, what's important about what's happening is that Cure, he has no intention of breaking the natural. Just bear that in mind. He doesn't want to push into the natural. His goal here, deny the third, is to contain ByuN on 2 bases while he gets his own. So his own third base is getting up and running. ByuN, despite having a faster third, it's stuck in the main. That's the goal here. That's the only goal for Cure. Deny the expansion and contain. So far, so good. Oh, good. As I say that, I have to eat my words. Cure dropping into the main. Risky maneuver, but there is an opening. There is an opening and takes down the Cyclone. Boys are being pulled. SCV's going to be going down. Oh, mass disable though. It's going to be a one-way trip. He will lose these tanks. I say that, not enough Marines. Not enough Marines left over. The tank will fall. Not the worst trade for Cure. Not the worst trade, but he does lose 2 tanks. But once again, he's containing. That's all that matters. He's containing. Cure, he's now getting ahead economically. Up 10 SCVs, and he still rallies. He still rallies across the map. He's still containing ByuN. That is Cure's win condition. ByuN, meanwhile, he does finish up Stim, but his own bio army is still lacking, very much so. Cure pulls away. I like this pullback. Like Cure, he doesn't need to keep going. He doesn't need to keep going, doesn't need to keep dropping. Just slow things down, get his third base. Likewise, ByuN, he scans, he sees saturation. He does at least confirm it's only half saturation on the mineral line. And ByuN should be claiming his own third base. And now we have a game. Before I get ahead of myself, drop does come in. Yeah, 5 Marines into the main mineral line, gets another 7 SCV kills. Oof. Nice target firing out of Cure. Sorry, out of ByuN, I should say. Gets 10 SCVs. Very nice drop. And now we have a back and forth. Earlier, I was saying that ByuN was, well, he did have a lead, he was ahead. Cure, he did a great job bouncing back, and now he's rallying across the map, this time with a greater army. Cure, he's up in Marines, he's up in tanks. Oh, sorry, it should be even. Yeah, he's even in tanks. But it has 30 Marines. ByuN army in favor of Cure. He rotates over. He's getting onto the same point of elevation here as the third. He avoids the ramp. And now Cure. Can he break this? ByuN has no vision. Ooh, Cure going for a Doom Drop. Bold move. He's going for the Doom Drop. There is one Viking in position and a turret. Two turrets, actually. And this might be able to focus on one medevac. There we go. Does boost in. ByuN does notice. He has to respond. He sends into the main. Disables will catch out 3 of those medevacs, but the tanks unload. Oh, the tanks do unload. You're late disable there by ByuN. ByuN, he has to stem in. It's going to be brutal. Does get on top of the tanks. Not the cleanest trade, but the tanks will fall. Likewise gets on top of the Marines, and ByuN holds. ByuN, he will hold. He will completely clean this up. Now, what's important about what just happened? ByuN, what did he lose? 4 SCVs and Marines. He didn't lose a single tank. That's the risk you take when you go for a Doom Drop. So Cure, he lost everything. He lost his medevacs, lost his tanks. And with that, ByuN now maintains a tank lead. Looking at the units tab here, ByuN has 5 tanks to the 2 of Cure. Cure going for another drop. This is where I feel like Cure is being a little bit, I mean, I was gonna say a little bit wasteful. I would have said that about the previous drop. Here, I mean, there's pressure on Cure. He knows that he lost a lot. He knows that he has to get some damage done. Unfortunately, ByuN, he replaced those turrets. Turrets have been replaced. Cure dropping in. Does unload. Whew, does boost by. And then we get a couple of SCV kills. He does get 3 SCVs. He can maybe get a tank. Oh, not quite. Yeah, doesn't get the tanks. We'll lose his medevacs. Once again, I would say that this is another more wasteful drop here by Cure. He lost a Doom Drop earlier, lost another double drop. And again, he's trading out medevacs for Marines and for some SCVs. So these are more gas-efficient trades for ByuN. That's why ByuN, he does maintain that tank advantage. Again, 7 tanks to 3 and a head-on fight. ByuN is ahead. ByuN, he will take that fight. And Cure has to rely on drop play. Speaking of, more drops. Again, this makes sense. Like Cure, he has to rely on these drops. He has to try to catch ByuN off guard. Getting his 4th base. Likewise, ByuN also active with his own drop play as well. There is 1 turret in the main and a couple of Marines. Not bad. They have stim. Cure is keeping up. And for the first time here, this game, ByuN is pushing. ByuN, he breaks out with his main army, and again, he has a massive tank advantage. Checking the Raven count, there's 1 Raven for ByuN, 0 Ravens for Cure. The armies are about to clash. And who sieges first? And the answer is ByuN. ByuN, he does siege. Tank blow is going to be going. If he shuts down the army completely. And Cure, he plummets in supply. He will lose everything. The tanks, the Marines. Again, he ran into siege tanks. And ByuN is pulling Cure apart. He's pulling him apart, going for the CC. Takes down 12 SCVs, pushing forward, going for the planetary. And Cure, again, he had recovered in this game up until the Doom Drop. Like, the Doom Drop was the moment when everything just went south for Cure. As he had lost that advantage with that Doom Drop. And now the 4th will fall. ByuN stepping forward from here. And in a mirror matchup, it's just so difficult to recover from this much of a deficit. So difficult. As ByuN even rallies Liberators across the map. I think the base trade is probably the best course of action here for Cure. So he does just move across the map instead. Meanwhile, ByuN dropping into the natural, nothing in position. Back at home, ByuN, he does have his reinforcements. He has not been rallying. And Cure, he knows he just has to move out. Like, he cannot defend back at home. He cannot deal with this army. He scans, he sees that there's defenses back at home. The hope for Cure was that maybe ByuN had rallied and he didn't have anything at home. But that's not the case. Cure going for the fourth. Missile goes off, massive connection. Does get the planetary, but will lose everything. GG gets called. That was the last army here of Cure, and ByuN will claim the series at 2-0. GG. GG, well played ByuN. He will claim the series, will advance on to the grand finals. Shout out to Cure. Cure, again, it was very impressive that he was able to somewhat recover in that game. But then he went for the Doom drop, and then he kept going for drop play, and he lost everything. He lost everything in that drop play. We saw the clash in the center, and alas, Cure, he did push into siege tanks. He lost everything there as well. Just some really rough moments there for Cure, and ByuN overwhelmed. GG. GG, well played. ByuN did overwhelm, and with that, we are making our way into the grand finals. It's going to be a best of 5 between ByuN and Hero. Let's go. It is going to be that PvT. I do need a moment to set up. Do need a moment, as vetoes are going to be underway. And coming into this, ByuN's been looking impressive. Now, we unfortunately didn't get to see ByuN versus Clem. That was a TvP, of course. That was a Terran versus Protoss. Between Hero and ByuN. Sorry, between ByuN and Clem, and you could make a strong argument that Clem has the best PvT in the world, even stronger than Hero and stronger than Max Packs. So for ByuN to bring down Clem, I mean, that says something. Now, that may also be indicative of Clem's style. Clem, he's very mid-game oriented in PvT. He doesn't really mix things up too much when it comes to his initial tech as well. He's very often going either 2, 3, or 4 Gateling Stalker. He doesn't really play Stargate or doesn't really go into robo-based openers either. Hero is more diverse when it comes to his builds, so that is going to be a factor coming into this, and that is typically what Hero relies upon. He relies upon his diverse play, his plethora of openers, plethora of builds, and that's what where he can really pull a Terran opponent apart. So it is still going to be a challenge for ByuN, but I'm excited for it. I'm excited. I do favor Hero coming into this finals, but hey, if ByuN can take down Clem, I want to believe he can take down Hero as well. And I'm excited to see what ByuN's TvP is looking like at the moment. I'm excited. I'm excited for that. Let's go.